Good morning, dear aspirants, and we are ready with our must-read articles of 31st December 2024, which is New Year's Eve. So let me help you run through the quick scan of today's newspaper. And the first article on the front page is ISRO's docking mission on spacecraft reach right orbit. Now, this topic comes under which syllabus? GS3 Science and Tech, awareness in the fields of space, right? And how much is important? It is more prelims related information, that is, ISRO successfully launched the Space Docking Experiment SpaceX mission. The PSLV C-60 rocket carrying two small satellites SDX-01 Chaser and SDX-02 Target along with 24 payloads from Satish Dhawan Space Center in Sriharikota. The other part, the demonstration of this technology is essential for futuristic missions, including sending an Indian astronaut to the moon, which is Gaganyaan, sample return from the moon, and the building and operation of an Indian space station. Let's move to the next article. Now, this article is important when we are discussing the efficiencies and functionalities of our parliament, right? Private members' bills get short shrift in both houses of parliament, right? So this comes under GS paper 2, parliament, its functioning and conduct of business and issues that they are facing. So during the 5-year term of the 17th Lok Sabha, which ended in 2024, only 9.08 hours were spent on private member bills, while Rajya Sabha spent 27.01 hours on them during the period, shows an analysis by PRS Legislative Research and independent research body. So this point can be used whether parliament discussion is qualitative or not. This is a point little bit against or the challenges that parliament is facing, right? And the resolutions are, what are resolutions? Resolutions are declarations on which the House votes, while the bills refer to proposed legislation. These are only instruments available for MPs' individual expression without being bound by parties' diktat. So remember this part, right? Okay, let's move to the next article, which is on the page number. Next page. And yeah, so that these articles are not so important. They are not offering any qualitative points that we can use in our mains answer. Sheikh Hasina's point is also not important. Now, this article in opinion is important. UPI duopolies rise and market vulnerabilities. Now, this topic comes under the syllabus GS paper 3, Indian economy and issues related to it. So we know what is monopoly, right? Like one company ruling over the entire segment. So what duopoly means? Two companies sharing the major market, right? So UPI, as we all are using, UPI ecosystem has increased quite nicely, which is now accounting for nearly 8 in every 10 digital transactions in India, with a value of 20.6 lakh crore in August this year alone, right? This being the when India has low digital literacy and historic reliance on cash, still we are doing so good on UPI. But where are the issues? The issue is the entire market concentration of the third party app providers in the UPI network. Now, PhonePe and the Google Pay, both foreign players, control 85% of the total market share. 85%, right? Paytm only controls 7.2%. So, this duopoly has several risks associated with it. The first risk is systemic vulnerability. The second risk is decreased motivation, decreased competition and innovation in the payments, right? And the third is the risk of foreign dominance. So please read about it. This article is important. NPCI, the National Payment Corporation of India, issued a circular to cap their market share at 30% of the total volume of transaction during the previous quarter and imposed an upper limit of 2 years of implementation. You can read this article. It is important for the new digital currency of the country. The next article. Yeah, now this article has very few points. This much. Women electors turned out more than men in the Lok Sabha polls. Now, women are being more. So, what are the reasons behind it? This can come under GS paper 1, societies and issues related to it. So, why this might be happening? So, out migration could possibly explain the anomaly of lower male turnout in states like Bihar in the 2024 polls. So out migrations, male going outside for the work. So these shows some demographic patterns of the country, which can be used in GS paper 1, which or in which population is one of the topics, right? Next topic. Yeah. Now this topic is also a little bit important. India's obligation towards the Rohingyas. Now this topic comes under GS paper 2 and policies of developed and developing country India affecting India's interest. So what has happened here? So there was a report in which it was saying that Rohingya people are not getting the rights associated with it. We are not going into too much criticism that article is pointing. We'll go about we'll talk about the constitution articles related to it, right? I'll tell you which articles and one of the conventions. The 1951 Refugee Convention and its 1967 protocol enshrine the principle of non-refoulement. So what is non-refoulement? You should know. And you should also know that India is not a signatory of 1951 Refugee Convention and not a party of international instruments. So this kind of question can come in prelim statement also. So India bears no legal obligation to provide asylum or adhere to principle of non-refoulement. Right now we are dealing with the Rohingyas under Foreigners Act 1946 and Passport Act 1967. But though we are not, attaching ourselves to this convention, but indirectly, India has obligations through the convention. It has ratified like International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, implicitly obligates member states under Article 7 to refrain from refouling individuals, right? And also the Convention on Rights of the Child, international conventions on the elimination of all forms of racial discrimination, both of which India has ratified, right? And the articles which are related to it and Supreme Court cases. So Supreme Court in Vishakha and others versus State of Rajasthan and Nalsa versus Union of India 2014 has affirmed that in the absence of domestic legislation on a matter, international conventions and norms must be applied by municipal courts to ensure the dignity of human life. Remember this article or this verdict of Supreme Court, which can be used in several issues related to human dignity. Also, Article 51, Clause C of the Constitution mandates that the state must strive to promote respect for international law and treaty obligations. Also, high courts in India have also interpreted the principle of non-refoulement as integral to Article 21. Right? So, Delhi High Court's ruling in Dong Lion Kham versus Union of India 2015 cases are few are the important cases that can be used in the answers. So, this here is the gist of the few. You can read one two gist of the article. That's it. And there's more main relevant article. Let's shift. Now that's the continuation. Let's move. Now, it's a very small article, not much can be used since Rajnath Singh is our Honorable Defense Minister. So, few of the things that he has mentioned we can use. Unconventional methods like AI-based warfare is a big challenge. Now, this topic comes under GS Paper 3, Internal Security, where he has mentioned unconventional method like information warfare, AI-based warfare, proxy warfare, electromagnetic warfare, space warfare, cyber attacks, etc. And he has stressed the for the military to be well trained and has lauded the training centers in Mahu for their valuable contributions. So these 2-3 points can be used. So now there's one small article. Uttar Pradesh to use AI cameras, RFID, which is radio frequency identification wristband, to track pilgrims in Mahakumbh. Now, what is Mahakumbh? Kumbh Mela is recognized by UNESCO as an intangible cultural heritage of humanity. Go and search all the intangible cultural heritage of UNESCO. These are important, right? Which one is recently introduced? You can comment in the section to let me know. Okay. And next article is about the environment in the page of science, right? Now, it's a very interesting viewpoint is given in this article. Grave New World human-induced loss of elders threatens various species. This topic comes under GS3, Environment and Conservation. So, what is happening? Climate extremes and habit destruction caused by human activity is hastening the loss of elders and species and disrupting the stability of populations. So, what is happening because of that? So the elder population of all the species like elephant matriarchs to shark grandmothers carry a treasure trove of knowledge, having guided and still guiding their families through the uncertainties of life in the wild. So, what is happening when the elders are getting extinct faster? So, the younger populations are not getting the knowledge which will help them to last longer. So, the entire species is getting affected because of it. It's a very interesting article. It talks about the important position of older individuals amongst the species from the dominant point of view and acting as repositories of information that I have told you, right? Like you can talk in fishes also it is important, in elephants also it is important. You can read this para. This you can take just one point from this article, which is protecting a species elders is important for all its members to be able to pass on their cultures and what they know about adapting to changing weather to their future generations and to help buffer them against human disturbances. This is very important trait that elder population passes on to the younger population for longevity of their species. Okay, and this so read this article. The next article is NASA probe flies closer to the sun. NASA probe flies closer to the sun than any spacecraft. Now, this is a big achievement which NASA is applauding itself for. So, GS3 aware. This topic comes under the syllabus of GS3 awareness in the fields of space. What has happened? NASA's pioneering Parker Solar Probe made history when it flew closer to the sun than any other spacecraft ever, with its heat shield exposed to scorching temperatures topping 930 degrees Celsius. So Parker Solar Probe was launched in August 2018 for a 7-year mission to deepen scientific understanding of our star and help forecast space weather events that can affect life on Earth. Right. So this bolded para you can read, and this much is only important for 31st December. And thank you.